What's up everybody, it's Grant, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do continuous throws with the bow staff.
Baby, hit it.
What's up guys, it's Grant. So as I said, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do continuous throws with the bow staff. This is really easy once you get the hang of it. It looks a little bit more difficult than you'd think it is, but again, super easy once you get into the rhythm of things. So getting right into it, obviously first off you're going to need to know how to throw the bow normally. If you don't know how to do that, I've talked about this before. I don't really have a tutorial for that on my channel yet. Maybe I'll make one in the future. If not, you can go learn online, or maybe you already know how to do it. But yeah, for the start of this move, you just need to know how to already throw the bow, and then we get into the actual continuation of the move. So there's actually many different ways to get, I guess, continuous throws when you throw the bow regularly in the air, but this is just one of the ways, and is one of, I guess, the easier ways, or the starting ways of learning how to keep that spin going in front of you. So what we're gonna do is after we throw the bow and we catch it here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep turning our wrist to about this point, and once it gets to here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna twist and let go of the bow so that it keeps spinning in the same direction we came from. A lot of people, when they try to learn this at first, they'll catch it here and then they'll start spinning the opposite way that the bow was going. That's not gonna work. You wanna keep the momentum going, and you don't wanna switch the path or the way that the bow is moving, because obviously then it stops it and you're not really continuing the throw. So again, it's spinning this way. So as you can see, the bow is moving this way. I throw it up in the air and catch it at about here. I keep twisting my wrist and I'm gonna throw it back up in the air there, the same way that I'd regularly throw it with this hand, but of course you're throwing it in a weird position where you just kind of like twist your wrist and then let go there. So you wanna try to get it to be at least fairly close to your regular throw was, because that way you can get that spin to go the same amount. Also, huge thing, don't hold on to it for too long. If you hold on to it for too long, it's gonna look a little bit weird, like you're holding and then see it stops, and then trying to throw it and you completely lose that momentum because you've stopped the movement. It's a lot easier if you get that speed and that momentum going and then you just flip it again right away. So as you can see, that one spun a lot faster rather than when I stopped it and then tried to do it again, because that way I cut out the momentum. This way that I just did, the momentum kept going and it actually got faster because I basically just kind of pushed it mid-air instead of actually fully catching it and stopping it. So again, I'm bringing the bow out and I do my throw, catch and toss. It's hard to do this one slow, obviously, just because of what I said about the momentum, but again, trying to show as if it was in the air. So I've thrown the bow, it's up in the air. This hand comes in and catches it at about this point. I keep twisting my wrist, and right about here is when I give that little flick and let it go. Try not to emphasize it too much, because then there's a higher chance of it just going in a random direction. You want to be super calm with it, super loose with that wrist, so that you catch, gets to about this point, and then you let go of the bow there and flick it back up into the air again, the same exact way that you threw the bow normally when you threw it in the first spot. Now you can do this an unlimited amount of times. It's harder obviously the further you go, because it's hard to keep resetting and doing that over and over again, but that's basically the point of it. Is you can, if you wanted to, continuously just keep throwing it back in the air with that same hand instead of catching the bow, putting it behind your back, and then trying to do the regular throw again. So about decent speed, it kind of looks like this. So I throw the bow, it goes back into that hand, and I just keep letting go. You can see it's barely on my hand the entire time. It just hits it and flicks right out and comes back to the spot. So I throw it with my right, and I catch it and keep throwing it back in the air with my left hand. So now one time fast, so you guys can kind of see what it looks like at a decent pace. And that's it. You can keep going for as long as you want. So hopefully I explained this well enough, guys. Again, it's not that tricky. It looks harder than it is. Just once you get that hang of actually flicking your wrist over and letting it go and getting that same pattern. So once you get that first one down, then of course you'll be able to get all the other ones, because it's literally, again, the exact same thing each time you do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next Tuesday.